Let's go to your relationship with Coach Reid. You talked about he's a big reason you're there. How long have you known Big Red?
Yeah, good. That's a good one, guys. So I go all the way back. So the connection was, I'm gonna try to get the year for you. It had to be, it was late '80s, let's say, 88,
Oh man,
89.
the late '80s those were good days. Those were good years.
Yeah, you weren't even born yet.
No, I snuck in there, Coach. Don't cheat
year,
me. Don't
89,
cheat me out of the
89.
80s. Yeah. It was October of '89, but I snuck in there.
So you're hitting like 7 decades already, right? Andy took a job at the University of Texas, El Paso,
Okay.
with a head coach by the name of Bob Stull, who was here, the head coach of Missouri here for a little while.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine that I had worked with at the University of Massachusetts got on that same staff. So Andy and Steve Thielander, who was my friend, were on, and I would go visit this friend, Steve Thielander, and it was just when I was there, I was coaching. I think I was coaching at the University of Connecticut at the time. And you'd go, listen, in college football, you'd go visit other staffs all the time, share information. That doesn't happen in the NFL. That's the one thing you lose when you get to this level, because nobody's sharing ideas, right? Nobody's telling you what they're doing. They're always keeping it up. But so that's where I first met Andy, and then he went from there to Missouri. I was still coaching in college somewhere. But we just kind of had a connection, loved football. He was over on offense. I was on defense, but I enjoyed talking with him about that. And then eventually he got the job he's Green Bay, gets a job in Philadelphia in '99.
Yep.
And at the time I was coaching in NFL Europe. That was one of my overseas deals.
Man.
Yeah.
And because of the connection I had with Andy, he asked me to be a part of his staff, which was great.
That's awesome.
I owe him. I mean, I'm not in the NFL if it's not for Andy Reid.
Shout out to Big Red.
He doesn't have 3 rings without you either, big guy.
Well, that was a pretty good group effort, Travis.
Oh yeah. We all had a piece of it, but
yeah, exactly.
That's cool though. I didn't know it went all the way back to El Paso, man. How about it?
All the way back to El Paso, Texas. Yeah, remember playing Andy wasn't a golfer, but I think he came to the golf event, and I just remember it was a heck of a time. And that's where you get players, coaches. It's a fraternity, right? And you get around as many of these people as you can. Usually down the road, it's a contact you made a long time ago that gets you your big step. That's what happened to me.
I know you said there's not a lot of, coaching philosophies and techniques and things shared in the NFL, but I'd imagine you being around one of the greatest offensive minds in the history of the NFL has shaped how you prepare and game plan. Like, what has that been like learning from the big guy?
Awesome. I mean, listen, Travis and his crew, we were talking about our side of the ball. Let me tell you what the headaches we got to go through in OTAs. Well, I mean, the one headache, though, Travis, we don't have to go through is we don't have to worry about defending the run.
There we go.
Every call we make in OTAs and training camp is to stop the pass. And it could be 2nd and 1.
We're going to go quarters.
Well, it's always special situations, and we like to have the ball in Pat Mahomes' hands. I mean,
maybe just a little bit.
It's probably pretty smart.
Yeah, getting back to your point, Jason. I mean, Andy. Listen, the great thing about Andy is you guys have seen how he has changed over the years. I mean, when we were defending him in 1999 and 2000, when I was just an assistant coach, it was really different. We had Donovan McNabb and, his boots, and it was 2 backs and, flow pass and things. And now, Andy's got people all over the place. So he's evolved with the game as good as anybody, and give him tools like, 87 and 15 and the rest of them. And Andy's going to find a way to score a lot of points.
I mean, the offense from my rookie year in 13 to now is night and day different. It is night and day different. I look at some of I'll have fun when we're in training camp, and I'll just peek at a few training camp clips from 2013 just to see how far I've come or how far I'm going back. I'll tell you what. Exactly.
How far you regress.
Lining up at fullback for, Jamal Charles and Nile Davis back in the day was it's a pretty funny sight to see.
Different.
Trying to meet Derek Johnson in the B gap. It's we don't do that. We don't do that much anymore.
Yeah, Shermanator's no longer there.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't have him there. Jason, why was because I was thinking about it today. The year you came out was the lockout year. Is
It
that
was.
true?
Yeah. I took a
That had
visit.
to be.
I visited you when you were in St. Louis as the head coach.
When I was in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But I always thought that now you would have been in college, right, Trav? Still, you would have been in
Yeah, I
Cincinnati
was still in
Yep.
Cincinnati.
at that time. I would have thought that would have been one of the toughest things to do as a rookie coming in that year. No off season. Boom.
Yeah.
Right into training camp. Right. I mean, talk about a challenge.
It was odd. I got the playbook, believe it or not, Coach, 2 days before training camp started because they had just
Yeah,
released.
because we couldn't give anything out.
Especially for the
Yeah.
later round picks.
Yeah.
For some reason, there was like something that happened where if you were a first day pick or a second day pick, they like let you come to the facility or they gave you the book. But
There was 1 day. They
That's
allowed
what it was.
1 day.
That's what it was.
Because we drafted Sam Bradford in that draft, and
Hey!
he was able to come to the office for 1 day.
Yep.
And then
That's
that was it.
so
Then
crazy.
they locked everybody out again. It was nuts. Yeah.
So yeah, I remember showing up and I got into a really fortunate situation because Howard Mudd wanted a more athletic center. So I had an opportunity, but it was swimming. It was swimming for sure. And we were running like in Cincinnati, we never had run these 2-back plays. And we didn't do a lot of 2-back offense. That wasn't a staple of what we were doing, but like
Is that right?
Fox 2 run and Fox 3. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what are all these? I don't know what this is. 7-man protection.
That
What's
was
that?
that
I've never run
system.
7-man. Yeah, exactly. So it was a learning curve for sure, but it was fun.